Tell me that I'm live. Tell me that I'm live. This is the third time I tried to go live, guys. You were so many connected to the first live stream, but yeah, I don't know what happened. My screen became all gray and it says you are disconnected. I don't know. I'm working with the apartment's Wi-Fi and it's always fine, so I don't know what's happening. I hope you're gonna be able to reconnect to this new live stream. Hello. Hi, John. Well, the cat is taking a shower at the moment, as you can see. Pretty unaware of anything else that's happening around her. Luca Moretuzzo, oh, my cousin is online. Grazie, Luca, grazie. Okay, let's see, guys, this time I have the computer here, so I'm going to check the chat on the computer and my phone is here with the camera. I'm still sorry because I'm such a bad person with technology. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have become a YouTuber. What can you do? Hey Jaden, I'm happy you were able to make it before going to work. Jaden is one of my subscribers. He lives in Brooklyn and he just started to work again, luckily for him. So, hi Owen, thank you. Oh, John Barr, thank you so much for your super chat. Ariel is here as well. Thank you, Ariel, from the channel Urbanist. Seven Oceans, hi, constant presence in my live stream. I'm happy to see you here again. QWERTY, happy birthday, thank you so much. Oh, David Design Visual Media is opening a bottle of, wait, Beringer Private Reserve 2018 Napa Valley, California Chardonnay to my birthday. Wow, that sounds fancy. I don't know what it is, but thank you. I'm glad. Actually, I have a bottle too of a wine coming almost from my home country because this comes from Slovenia. And okay, I'm gonna show you the etiquette, the label. I don't know much about wines. Yeah, it's gonna be a great wine because it's from Slovenia, that's all. Okay, Luca is opening 66 milliliters Moretti from 2019. I love that. Okay, John is asking me to bring the cat here. Let's see, this cat, she's called Nico. She's a female cat. And she's usually the nicest cat ever, but sometimes in these last few weeks, she's been a bit grumpy. I don't know why. Tom, hi! Thank you for the wishes and thank you for the super chat. No, this is not Prosecco. This is I don't know, it's called Slavček. Is Slavček the name of the wine or the name of the winery? I don't know, I'm so bad at these things. Victoria maybe is the name of the winery. Let's see if I can bring the cat. Oh, no. Grumpy. Guys, maybe she's gonna come later. Now she's grumpy, she wants to bite me. Hello, Thunder! Greetings from India. Hi there to India. What time is it in India now? Ben, hi! From Los Angeles, George, thank you. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna open the bottle now. Even if this was a present from my boyfriend, actually. I wanted to go buy a bottle, but he came home yesterday with this bottle, so I'm sorry that he's not here to open it with me, but he's gonna come later. Maybe he's gonna even come and say hi. (10:30 India time. 10:30 in the night, okay, so. Hello, Johnny Crash. Nice to see you here. Guys, I'm so bad at multitasking. I am reading the chat on this side, and then I was trying to open the bottle, but I'm gonna wait for a moment because I'm getting so many messages in the chat now. Mamra, thank you. Cortex, thank you. John, he wishes I could have a real birthday party. Well, it's been a few years since I made a real birthday party, I must say, but when I was in my early 20s, I used to make such big parties in my university apartment. It was amazing. At least it kept my mind distracted, I guess. Oh, we have another super chat from Mark Allen. Thank you so much, Mark. Thank you for the wishes. Happy birthday from California from Eric. Hello, Eric. Grazie, Federico. From Italy, I guess. Ben in Central US. Okay, first thing, I would like to know how many of you have the birthday in April. Bob Tartufo, hi, nice to see you here. Thanks for the greetings. Hello, Jason, thank you. So, first of all, I want to also wish happy birthday to some of my patrons who have the birthday in April as well. So, first of all, someone who has the birthday in my same day, so please, all of you, wish happy birthday to Steven. Steven is having birthday today as well, 20th of April. And there are other two of my patrons who had the birthday 3 days ago on the 17th of April, Peter and Dario. And in 6 days, so on the 26th of April, one of my best subscribers, one of my biggest fans, Johnny Crash, is having birthday too. So happy birthday to all of you, and to Johnny Crash, happy birthday for the next days. Let me see, is there anyone else who has birthday in the next few days, or maybe today? Flexstream, your birthday was on April 1st. Wow, that's Isn't that a joke? Sorry. In Italy we have, I think it's international, it's Jokes Day, April 1st. So I guess you got a little bit of troubles in your life, especially when you were a kid, I guess, for your birthday. Thank you, John Manzo, another one of my Patreons. I'm so glad to see my Patreons on the chat. It's really to see like members of my little family here. That's very nice. Thank you to all of you. Mike Ryder. Whoa. On the 10th of April, he turned 50. So happy birthday, happy belated birthday to you, Mike. Hello, Fred. Nice to see you here. Thank you. Amambra, 3rd of April. So happy belated birthday to you too. Bernd from Berlin, thank you. I miss Berlin actually. I haven't been in Berlin in more than 1 year. I was there last February of last year. It's one of my favorite cities in the whole world. I love Berlin. I freaking love it. Judith, nice to see you here. Thank you. Judith is a woman who lives actually a few blocks from here on 23rd Street. So I live in this village, a little bit to the south. Teresa, nice to see you here. Teresa Howard, thank you so much. Thank you from Bodoland, India. Bob Tartufo. Bob Tartufo says he's a patron too, but he uses another name there. So you should send me a private text. I don't remember you having another name there. Johnny Crash, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the wishes. Thank you guys. Okay, I'm gonna open the bottle now. And please, if any one of you has something to drink, already a couple of people have opened bottles of beer or wine together with me. It's gonna be nice. I also would like to know, what do you do for your birthday, people? Like, write me in the chat if you have something special that you do on your birthday. Like, I'm sure that some people have some kind of ritual that they do on their birthday, or if you usually celebrate in some particular way. I don't have anything like that, honestly. And every few years I change the way I celebrate my birthday. I honestly try to not celebrate it at all, because I try to not give any special importance to my birthday, because I don't think it should have, because it's just a symbolic date, guys. But for whatever reasons, I get... Whoa! I'm so glad I recorded this. Ah, that's awesome. Okay. It just exploded. Whoa, thank God it didn't go to the computer. Ben, thank you so much for the super chat. Wow. Whoa. This was like a little shower. Oh, Jesus. Let me go get a paper towel, guys. A moment. I'll be back here in a second. Okay, I guess I'm gonna let it stay on the floor. Yeah, I need to see the replay too. I will be so curious to see the replay. That was really cool. Okay, guys. Here's to us, everyone. Let's have fun in this quarantine. It's a good one. Oh, John Butera, hi! Another one of my patrons, guys. John, thank you for the super chat. Okay, I'll read the message from John. Happy birthday, and Jane. Consider putting Ponta Delgada on your travel list. Do anyone know where Ponta Delgada is? I don't. Breathtaking views and great hiking. This is not how you open that. I know, I didn't even open it. It opened itself somehow. Thank you, John, for the nice birthday present. Thank you. And I will check out Ponta Delgada. I don't know where it is. Please, someone send me some suggestion. Okay, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the wishes. Okay, I have another super chat from Himanshu Vyas. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. From India. I hope so. Himanshu. I read his message. Among Indians, birthday gifts are given in odd amounts. So here's one. Happy birthday. Thank you very much. That's a very nice birthday wish. Average anime guy. He gave me 200, I don't know what's that symbol. Happy birthday, may God bless you. Thank you, average anime guy. What is that symbol? Average anime guy, tell me where you are from, please. Himanshu, 200 rupees, that's Indian currency. Okay, thank you very much for the explanation. So, I have someone. Okay, David was telling me that for his birthday, in order to celebrate his birthday, he goes to for a walk at Lake Crescent. Okay, where is that, David? Lake Crescent. In what region of this world? Okay, also David wrote, happy birthday. For me, the 20s only set the stage for the 30s. The 30s are when the show really begins. Wonderful, adventurous years. You have a lot to look forward to. Well, I can sense that. By the way, I think some of you are also referring to the video that I posted yesterday. If someone of who is online now hasn't seen it, I released a very long and boring, no, I'm joking. I hope it wasn't boring. I released a very long video about my thoughts on the 20s. I said at the beginning that when I was in my early 20s, I was watching some of these videos from YouTubers offering advice to people in their 20s, and some of them I found very useful, and some of them I even simply followed, and they made me the person that I am today. So the other day, last week, I sat down and I just wrote some notes. I wrote 5 things that I would tell to a person who is in his 20s, because it's a pretty meaningful decade. It's a very confusing moment because you're not in school anymore, so you don't really know what you're doing with your life, but you are supposed to be an adult already, so you are supposed to be supposed to know what you're doing with your life. So yeah, I try to reassure a little bit other people in their 20s because now that I'm 30, finally I can say that, I know that you can overcome certain things and you can do it with less stress than people usually are affected to in their 20s. And in fact, I'm getting some messages of people in their 20s who watched that video who told me that they are so anxious about the future, especially people, they are 21, 22, so in their early 20s. And I think there is really no need to stress. It's just, yeah, I do understand that it's a normal reaction, especially because of. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the chat. I'm sorry, I got distracted. Again, my inability to multitask. Tom, have you deleted a message from a bug person? I don't know what's happening, but I just rejected a message of insults from someone that I don't know. John Manzo, thank you. John Manzo, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Jaden also writes, yeah, the 30s is a decade of reflection and also one of second chances. I like that. There's so much I haven't accomplished during my 20s and I'm trying to make the best out of my 30s now. Good to know. I'm writing mental notes of all these things about the 30s. Honestly, for me, it's gonna be the 30s is gonna be the moment where I finally have the time and the means to develop what I was able to just start doing in my late 20s. And what I started doing in my late 20s is just the result of years and years of reflecting about what I want to do in my life. Flexstream, you celebrate your birthday with eating thin crust pepperoni pizza and drinking German beer. Well, I like that. I love German beer especially. John Manzo, I pronounce your name correctly. That's because probably you have Italian heritage. I think Manzo is, you know, Manzo in Italian, what it means? It means beef. So beef meat is Manzo. Action Kid! Oh, hello! Thank you for your super chat, Action Kid. That's so generous of you. Wow, I hope you're doing well. I watched your... Guys, I don't know how many of you don't know Action Kid, but I think many of you in the chat know him. He's another YouTuber. He's New York City based. He does walking videos. And right now with the quarantine, he switched to the car. So he's doing car rides through the city. But Action Kid, you did a live stream, I think it was yesterday, by walking. And I watched it like 1 hour after it streamed live. Unfortunately, I didn't get to watch the live stream properly. But I was liking it. Yeah, I watched like 20 minutes and I meant to comment, but I will do that another time. I will. Elias Limitless, another paused YouTuber from Germany. Elias, I checked out your channel, I think yesterday, and I hope to see new videos, but the last one is still from 2 years ago. Ben, Action Kid is the person I ran onto the street in another of your life. Yeah, Ben, I ran into Action Kid here in this village a few weeks ago in my very first live stream, which was the day before the complete lockdown of New York City. And yeah, he's a friend YouTuber here in New York City. He's the first YouTuber with which I have collaborated. Hina has watched Action Kid's video in Top of the Rocks, on Top of the Rocks, how do you say that? And she said it's amazing. I do agree with that. I went with Action Kid. He invited me to participate in his walking tour of New York City to go on Top of the Rocks. Observatory deck, one of the best views in New York City, I guess, and for many, the best view of New York City. John Barr knows Elias Limitless. Wow, I like to hear that. Boom Shrang Daimari. I wish I could pronounce this correctly. Super chat of 40 rupees. Thank you so much. Wow, my cousin is in the chat. Grazie Matteo. Salute. Yes, Far Out Man. There is a cat behind me. Her name is Nico. And she was very active until half an hour before beginning the live stream. Now she's sleeping. I would like to show her to you, but she's grumpy when I go wake her up, you know? I can understand that as well. Bernd Brot, yeah, that's German. Thank you for the super chat. Feier schön. Genug Gäste sind ja da. Liebe Grüße, Bianco. Oh, that's one of my patrons. Hallo, Bianco. Schön dich zu sehen hier. That's nice. Guys, when I see some patrons in my live chats, I'm so happy. Nicola Machiavelli was right. Thank you for your wishes. Toligrand, hi from Montenegro. Wow, Montenegro. I'm gonna come visit you one day. Doreen, hello, you are here too. Doreen asked me, are you going to have anything special for a birthday dinner? The answer is not really. I don't know. Oh, actually, yes. So I'm gonna tell you, I don't know if anyone is interested, but I'm gonna tell you what was my birthday surprise, because I got a birthday surprise, some birthday surprises. So I woke up at 7 like every morning alone, because I'm staying here in New York in my boyfriend's apartment, but he works usually the entire day. He just comes home very early in the evening, very late in the evening, sorry. And I was answering comments and emails from you guys this morning, and someone enters the door. And I almost got a heart attack, because nobody enters the door usually, especially not in the morning. Turns out it was him. And it turns out he made me a cake, but not a normal cake. He made me my favorite cake, because he knows what it is. It's the millefeuille, I think it's called in French. I'm sorry, I don't know French. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's millefeuille in Italian. It's a very complicated, not very complicated, but it's one of those cakes that you usually don't make at home, that you usually go buy in a laboratory. And he made it from scratch. He made the puff pastry, like the dough, then he baked it, then he made all the custard cream and everything. And coming back to your question, Doreen, he also brought a big steak for dinner. So we're gonna have that for dinner. I'm very happy about it. Oh, Action Kid, you were waiting in the live stream that didn't start? I need to take some lessons from anyone about how to manage the live streams, because I'm so bad at it. And I tried to look for some resources online, but I haven't found much, to be honest. So yeah, sometimes I start a live stream and I see that there are already 80 or 100 people watching, but then my screen after a few seconds goes completely gray and it says you are not connected. So I don't know what to do with that, and I'm forced to start a new one. So if anyone knows something about how to manage live streams, please give me some information, give me some online courses, I don't know. Giovanni Spezzamonte, tanti auguri da Venezia. Someone from Venice is wishing me happy birthday. That's nice. I miss Venice so much. Thank you. Thank you for the wishes. Odin asked me to go visit Iraq. Odin, you are from Iraq. Wow. Isn't it dangerous to visit Iraq at the moment? I mean, not at the moment, because obviously nobody can travel at the moment. But tell me something from an insider in Iraq. Are there travelers in Iraq? Do you see travelers in Iraq, like tourists, foreigners? Okay, Johnny Crash has a question for the cat. Was Nico the cat named after Nico the singer who was with the Velvet Underground in the 60s? That's what I thought too at the beginning when I met her. Apparently, it's not Nico written N-I-C-O, but it's N-E-K-O. So apparently, I don't know if someone told me it's the Japanese cat. I don't know what that means. I don't know if they meant the Chinese cat that does like this, those little toys. I don't know. So it's N-E-K-O. Oh wow, one of my best friends is live now. Ciao Ele! Che bello vederti qui! Internet is such a cool invention, guys. I mean, how many people are there who complain about the internet? I don't know how many you know. I know so many who try to avoid internet, avoid social media because they are so critic against them. But it's just a matter of using the tools that you have in the right way and not in the wrong way. Or better, in a way that allows you to, improve your skills, improve your relationships, improve your knowledge, and not something that makes you more miserable and more depressed. That's all. Johnny and Ivana, hello you guys. Are you still in Bulgaria? Spending the quarantine there? I guess so. Because we are not going anywhere, right? Kimi Moore, you look so genuinely happy, it's contagious. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad it is. Doreen asks, how did you celebrate birthdays in Italy as a child and as an adult? So in my childhood, like elementary school, I would say, my parents would organize a party in a little garden. They would just call like 10 of my friends from school and give me a cake, and they would bring some chips and some, not wine, I mean some Coca-Cola, I don't know, iced tea, something. Then when I was a teenager, I would probably go out in the evening with my friends and offer them drinks. And then in university, that was the best time because I would have my own apartment. So I was organizing these big parties and they were so fun. And also I met so many people with which I am still friends at my random birthday parties in university. Also, they were not real birthday parties because nobody except my very close friends knew that it was my birthday. I would just throw like a random beginning of the spring party at my apartment. So it was covered at, oh, hello. Guys, Giulia and Davide are some of my best friends. Hello, they are online. Ciao Giulia, Davide from Udine. So yeah, in university I met so many people that I just randomly met at my parties. It was, 20th of April is a good date to have a birthday because it's the beginning of the spring. So I remember it was one of the first parties that you would go, and then in the next few weeks the big university parties would start in the city, the big festivals and concerts and stuff like that. So it was very cool. Where did I study? I studied in Padua, in Italy. Great city for spending a few years in university. Guido! Hello, Guido! Another one of my patrons, guys. Thank you for the wishes, Guido. Perseo Eridano! Wow! Perseo Eridano, guys, is one of my oldest and biggest fans. He has been commenting all my videos since I don't know how long. So I'm happy to see you here, Perseo Eridano. I'm not gonna say your real name because I don't know if you wanna make it public, but thank you. Jack asks what I studied in university. I studied philosophy. Din Din from Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you. Wow. Jaden, your break is almost over. You go back to work. All right. Well, I was happy that you stopped by and wished happy birthday. Thank you so much. Eleazar from Zimbabwe. Guys, I read some of the countries that you write because they are so mind-blowing. I mean, from Zimbabwe. Wow. I hope I can visit one day. I've been to Egypt once. That's all I've seen of Africa. Jack from Montreal, Canada. Actually, I should go to Montreal. I've been in Canada, only in Ontario, but I traveled one entire month through the whole Ontario. I have friends there and I have 2 branches of my family there. So I was visiting a lot and I will again, I hope. I love Canada. Hello, Laban Larsson from Sweden. Thank you. From Taiwan. Thank you. Okay, yes, new plant in the background. Yes, I have a few new plants from yesterday. Look how beautiful it is. They are actually from my boyfriend's restaurant. He had 3 pothos there. We were taking care of them both together there, and now he's making some changes in the restaurant, so he had to take them away from there. So he took them home. Very happy about it. I'm gonna show you the other 2 because we have 3 pothoses now. Pothoses. So 1, 2, we hanged it there, and 3. Don't they look nice? I love plants. Also, since we are talking about plants, I'm gonna show you my other plants. I'm gonna flip the camera now. Don't get confused. These are my other little plants. So these are some flower plants, like mixed flower plants that I had the seeds. I had the seeds of basil. This is a little basil plant. And these 2 is a Dieffenbachia. I had a vase that we got as a present, and I think it got from the shop sick. So it was already sick. It kept losing leaves and stuff like that. So I just repotted. It was 3 plants. One I tossed because it was not doing well, and I kept these 2 and repotted them into different pots. And look, since the other day, I have 2 other little plants. Isn't that cool? They're so cute. And I have, this is a pothos that was dying from the restaurant also. It was dying. I tried to trim it and leave it at home. Now you see all these plants are very dry because today I'm gonna water them. I try not to water the plant too much because I killed many plants by watering them too much in the past. Because I find that the roots rot them very easily, so that's why. Don't criticize me because I have dry pots right now. Because this morning I was video calling with my family, and everyone was telling me, oh wow, you don't water your plants, that's so shaming. It's my strategy, don't worry. Okay, I'm gonna read some of your comments now. Okay, John Smith, you're asking me if I know the town Asolo near Padua. Of course I know it. Asolo is near Padua. Obviously, I've been there many times. Greetings from around Panama. Then, born in Zimbabwe and grew up in South Africa, now live in USA. Wow, that's a lot of change. Eleazar, you're in Namibia. I've heard that Namibia is the most beautiful country in Africa and possibly in the entire world. Has anyone been to Namibia or comes from Namibia? Padua has Matrix Rights. Padua has a famous hospital for transplantation and help many people in need in region. Yes, that's true. Padua is famous for its hospital, and the university in general is very big. It's the 2nd oldest university in Europe. Guido writes something about the 30s. I'm gonna read this. The interesting thing of becoming 30 is that in the coming decade, you will discover the mysteries of life. One of them is that time is not linear, which you will become more and more aware of. I like this thought. Time is not linear, or linear. I don't know how to pronounce it. That's true. I think this is something I've talked about very randomly and sparsely in my past videos since the very beginning of my channel. The fact that, for example, when you're traveling, as you can see, I tend to travel slow, so to stay months in only one place. But sometimes, because maybe I'm going home and I'm going overland rather than flying, I have these weeks where I change location each day, like I travel every day. And you can really tell how different the time feels like, because when you are going in a slower pace, also the time becomes more diluted. And when you're going at the faster pace, especially this is evident when you're traveling very quickly, the time is just, there are some moments of the day, for example, you see a beautiful sunset. And that moment, even if it's just half an hour, it feels like it's like in your memory later, it feels like it's way more of an intense moment than 5 other days of traveling. This is very difficult to explain in English. I'm sorry. Oh, Action Kid approves my watering plants strategy. Many people overwater their plants. I do agree. You suffocate them with too much love. Thank you, Francisco Barbosa. Don Vito Cachoferro, my star sign is not Taurus, is Aries, actually. You can really tell that I'm an Aries. Eleazar answered, Zimbabwe is the most beautiful country in the world, not Namibia. Okay, I trust you. Johnny Crash asked me, what is my favorite childhood memory? I don't know if I'm gonna answer to this. I don't think I've had a very beautiful childhood. I've had a theoretical, like I was a very privileged girl with a regular family and everything, but I was extremely bored in my childhood. Also, I had these two older siblings, and I wanted to be older because they would always exclude me from their games and everything. So I spent my childhood complaining, literally. I was the worst kid ever. I'm gonna try again with Nico. This is Nico. Nico. She's not a fat cat. Who's writing that? Come on. You want to stay here, Nico? Okay, guys. I hope you're happy that you saw Nico. But she's heavy. Stefania, hello, a family friend. Stefania, grazie degli auguri. Sì, spero che qualche parola in inglese si capisca, anche se non lo sai perfettamente. Però dai, i miei iscritti mi dicono che parlo talmente tanto con i gesti e con le mani che spesso, anche se non capiscono la lingua in cui parlo, capiscono lo stesso il senso di quello che sto dicendo. Doreen, thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Lucas writes, that's a pity that cat can't speak. I do agree. I talk with her sometimes because I spend long hours at home, as you know, with her, and it's only me and her, you know? So I talk to her often, and I always hope that one day she will somehow answer to me. Oh, it's someone else's birthday too. It's someone else's 30th birthday. Is it true? M005M from Saudi Arabia, Mohammed. Happy birthday! Oh wait, Matrix has done a research on Wikipedia about the name of the cat. Says the Maneki Neko, or Nico, literally meaning beckoning cat, is a common Japanese figurine, lucky charm, talisman, which is often believed to bring good luck to the owner. So good luck to me. Thanks. Well, I'm not the owner. Technically, my boyfriend is the owner. Technically, my boyfriend is not the owner because she belongs to a couple of friends of him that moved to Australia for 3 years, like 1 year ago, and they are supposed to come back in 2 years and get the cat back. But I don't think my boyfriend is gonna give them the cat because he got really, really attached to this cat. Himanshu, yes, I grew up in a very small town, 4,000 inhabitants, in a very rural area in the southeast of Italy. Nico, okay, Nico is a she. She's a little female. You can tell, I can tell, we can tell, because she becomes very jealous when me and my boyfriend are snuggling in the evening. Like if we are hugging or something on the couch while watching a movie, she comes and she jumps on top of his chest and she starts purring. Not kidding. This is how female are, how women are, you know? Whatever race, whatever species they are. I've never been to South Korea, somebody asked me. No, I've never been to Asia, guys. Except for the eastern part of Istanbul, in Turkey. Okay, Valerie asked me, were you scared of all the things that happen to young ladies nowadays when you start traveling? I'm gonna immediately answer to that. I think that living in fear is not a good way of living. I think that fear is a feeling that is very important for us because it comes from us being animals, being fearful of fire, so you don't touch it, and something like that is very instinctual. And I think that although you should be able to recognize your fear and take it into account, like consider it as a warning sign, because we're humans and we have the ability to, go beyond our instincts, we should also be able to go beyond our fear. So if my fear of all the things that happen to young girls while traveling stops me from living the life that I know makes me happy, I'm gonna overcome that fear, and that's what I did. So I'm concerned. I would say I'm concerned about all the things that happen to young girls while traveling, all the bad things, but I'm not scared, because if I were scared, I would just stay home and be unhappy because I'm not doing the things that I want to do. I really want to do in my life. I hope I answered. Palawan, thank you for the wishes. John Manzo asks, are we ever going to meet your boyfriend? He went to an appointment with the electrician at 1, so almost 1 hour ago. If he's coming home soon, you are going to meet him, sure. He's gonna have a glass of wine with us also, because he bought the wine. Manan, how am I doing with the COVID situation? I'm doing great, as you can see. I love staying at home in general, even if I know I have a travel channel and I am a full-time traveler. But that's because I pushed my limits a little bit, because I am naturally a very lazy couch potato person. And I'm not happy when I just relax and be lazy. So now that I'm forced to be at home and sometimes be a couch potato for some days, if I don't feel like working, I like that. I love it, actually. So I'm loving this situation. And all these books in the background, they are all they all belong to my boyfriend. Sorry, sometimes English is hard. So yeah, don't ask me about those books because I don't know. They're mainly cooking books because he's a chef. Yeah, someone is spamming the chat and I don't know how to stop him. Hide user on this channel. I hid it. I hope he was I don't like to hide people from my channel. So I hope he was just a bug. Valerie asks if I've ever done, she asked this in Italian, but I think this could be useful for other people. She asked me if I've ever done any language certification, because she's doing that and she's finding them very useful to become more fluent. I haven't done any language certification. I know 2 foreigner languages, which is English and German, both very fluently. And I kind of chose never to do any certification, because I think that showing that you are able to speak so fluently is better than showing a certificate and pay a lot of money for it and having to study it and having to take an exam. I don't think it's a good investment of time for my case, but I mean, if any of you wants to do a certification, please go for it. Oh, my other cousin is here! Raffi! Grazie degli auguri! It's my cousin together with my other cousin and my aunt and uncle from my hometown. So, very happy to see you here. Sono contenta di ricevere i vostri auguri, grazie! Brindiamo assieme allora, viva! Daniel aus Berlin. Ja, ich kann Deutsch. Ein bisschen. Ich habe kein Deutsch mehr gesprochen seit, keine Ahnung, 1 Jahr, 2 Jahre. Aber ich konnte sehr gut Deutsch sprechen. Vor einigen Jahren. Nicht mehr jetzt. Jetzt erinnere ich mich keine Wörter mehr. Irgendwie. Ich sollte mal ein bisschen mehr üben. Das ist das Problem. Hussein asked if my boyfriend knows Turkish because there are Turkish books in the library. Yes, he's actually Turkish. He was born and raised in Turkey. Guys, I'm gonna have to make a video about how I learned to speak English, because this is one of the most requested things. There's no magic in how I learned English. It's just school and then practice. That's it. Traveling is very good for learning English. Okay, now I wanted to ask you something, guys. Please answer me in the comments to this question. Is in your country bad luck to wish happy birthday before the day of your birthday? I thought it was like that everywhere in the world, but apparently it's not, because I received in these past 2-3 days, since I started saying in my platforms that today it would have been my birthday, I started receiving so many happy birthday, like so many wishes. And in Italy it is considered very, very bad luck if you wish happy birthday before your birthday. So people necessarily have to wait the midnight of the day of your birthday. Let me see. In Germany, yes, they tell me. In India, no. But Himanshu says in Hinduism it is, but I guess that's India as well. So I guess India has a little bit of both. Bob Tartufo says in Italy it is a crime. It kind of is, yeah. Like nobody really believes in it, of course. It's not like we are crazy, but it's just a habit, like a cultural habit, I guess. Oh, Erasmo! Wow, one of my best friends from university, guys. Last is our house con la mascherina. Grazie Erasmo. Un abbraccio. Erasmo is now in Padua, which was one of the most hit cities in the coronavirus situation. So he's been quarantined forever. John Manzo, no, it's not bad luck. John Manzo is American from the United States. Yeah, so I guess I received many happy birthdays from people coming from the United States, I guess. Not in Israel. And Anna from Serbia says she's never heard of this tradition of... Well, and Matrix from Croatia says, we always wait midnight to wish birthdays. And someone waits for real time of birth. Yes. Cairo Rodrigo Nascimento from Brazil. It says, in Brazil we say Feliz Aniversario Antecipado, which means, well, I can understand because it's similar to Italian, happy early birthday, something like that. Someone asked, Chicago or New York style pizza? I have yet to try the Chicago style pizza. I tried the Detroit style pizza, or at least I hope it is like that, because there is a chain here in New York City, or it is in Manhattan, that makes Detroit pizza. It's called Detroit Pizza. And I tried that one. Very good, but so strong in flavor, I must say. I like the thick pizza, you know? I'm not a thin crust girl. Sauvit about India. He's just stressing the fact that India is so diverse. That's, I guess, absolutely true, even if I've never been to India and I don't know India that much. But I know that it's very, very diverse country. Alessandro from Friuli as well, from my home region. He wishes me happy birthday. Grazie, Mandy. Joe Smith asks, where do you think you will be living in 20 years? 20 years is a lot of time. I'm gonna be 50. Hopefully I'm gonna arrive to 50. I think that at a certain point in my life, I'm gonna go back to my home region. I don't say my hometown because my hometown is a little bit sad. It's not really the best that the region has to offer, but to my home region for sure, and just probably get a house there or something like that. That could be in 5 years or in 50 years, I don't know. But I know that at a certain point in my life, I will get tired of traveling full time. I will probably still travel. And again, it might be like in 2 years. In 2 years, I might get tired of this life and change it. I don't know. I try to think as much as I can just about this present moment, having like a vague plan for the future, or vague idea, but I try to not make plans too much in advance, because I think, what's the purpose of that? Like, what's the purpose? Erasmo, you should drink the wine before it gets warm. You are definitely right. I'm not drinking fast enough. Erasmo, I was telling about our university parties earlier, because someone asked me how I used to celebrate when I was younger, my birthday. Erasmo was at my parties in university. Also not in China. Okay, nice to know. Hello, Keenan. Thank you for the best wishes. Mike as well. Thank you. Guys, what's your favorite birthday cake? Now, in the chat, tell me. chocolate, lemon, cookie cake, red velvet, marzipan, chocolate ice cream cake. Whoa, that's decadent. Apple cake. Okay, very traditional. Red velvet, chocolate, mille foglie, Bob Tartufo, ice cream cake, chocolate with chocolate on a cake. That's a good one. Goodbye, John. Goodbye. Thank you. John, I'll answer to your message on Patreon soon. I just had to find the time to read it carefully and, take the time to answer. But I will. I'm not forgetting about you. Vanilla cake. White cake. John Smith, what is white cake? Chocolate or lemon, Judith? Frico. Love that. Vanilla cake. I like banana and cakes with rum. Interesting. Vanilla, a cupcake. A cupcake, that's cute. Kalkan. Goodbye, Johnny Freeze. Have a nice day at work. Tres leches cake. Omar del Mar, I think. Tiramisu. Wow, Himanshu from India. Your favorite birthday cake is actually an Italian cake. And I'll tell you more. We just discovered a few months ago that tiramisu has been originated in my home region. Hungarian walnut torte. This is Doreen. Wow. Where have you found out about a Hungarian cake, Doreen, since you live in the United States? Stephen Davis. Oh, hello. Happy birthday, Stephen. Stephen Davis, he's one of my patrons that I was telling you. He has the birthday on the 20th of April, like me. So happy birthday, Stephen. Sachertorte, Schwarzwälder Kirsch. Prefer the first one, the Sachertorte. Cheesecake again. Brigadeiro cake? What is that? Cairo Rodrigo. Thank you, Dominic. So, one thing I wanted to share with you is that recently I discovered that there are people in this world who don't celebrate the birthday. Not because they don't have the means or whatever, just because they don't really celebrate the birthday. And I discovered this through my boyfriend. So he is Turkish, he grew up in Turkey, and apparently in his family it's not a thing to celebrate the birthday. The only thing is that the parents in the morning wish him happy birthday, and that's it. They don't even have a cake, they don't have a party, they don't have anything. And this thing really shocked me. So I wanted to know, maybe in other countries it's like that too, or in other families. So if any one of you doesn't celebrate the birthday, please let me know, because I'm very curious about this topic, this thing. I find it very interesting. Because if you think about that, until a few decades ago, nobody was really celebrating the birthday. I think even when my dad was a kid, he wasn't celebrating his birthday. He was born in 1950, by the way. And I know for sure that my grandparents weren't celebrating their birthdays. For example, we are not even sure about what date my grandmother was born, because because it was like an anaggraphic confusion with the documents. So she didn't really know, because she's not alive anymore. And about my great grandparents too, they didn't even register the dates. Sometimes they would register them when the kid was already 5 years old, so they would just put like a random birthday date. Let's see, I'm gonna read your answers now. Backpacking adventures, thank you for the wishes. Thank you. Let's see. So Himanshu says Jehovah's Witnesses believers don't celebrate birthdays either. I didn't know that. That's for religious beliefs, though. Someone thinks that happens as you get older. Well, that's true, it might be. Someone says a lot of Muslims don't celebrate birthdays because the Prophet didn't celebrate his. Is it true? Other Muslims in the chat? Din Din says for religious purposes, many people don't celebrate it. So Violetta Terzi, I'm gonna read her comments because I like it. She heard one Russian composer say on his birthday, "My age is my wealth." Yes, this is similar. It reminds me of something that one of my best friends told me once. We were watching some kind of videos or picture, I don't know. It was, anyway, there was these old lady's hands full of wrinkles and stuff, like very old hands. And she just said, can you imagine how many years, how much experience it took her to arrive to the point to have the hands like this? Obviously, like, her sentence was way more powerful than how I'm describing it to you, but she basically said every wrinkle that you have on your body, it symbolizes an experience that you have done in your life. And that also stuck with me. Now, every time I see wrinkles or I see my poor gray hair, I think, hey, that's experience. That's the sign of my experience, of my age, of my wisdom that I'm acquiring, every year of my life, that, are marked on my skin or on my body forever. And I love that. It's such a beautiful thing. Especially in this world that keeps telling us you should stay young forever. And I don't know. Taxman81, thank you for the super chat and thank you for the happy birthday. Thank you. Yes, so Jehovah's Witnesses don't celebrate birthdays. Good to know. Guido. So one of my patrons says, I never celebrate my birthday. It feels like social pressure to do so, just like celebrating New Year's Eve. I always try to be traveling alone on my birthday. Traveling alone on your birthday, that's a very clever thing, I think. I think there is a certain social pressure to celebrate your birthday. And definitely about celebrating New Year's Eve. I don't celebrate New Year's Eve anymore, and I'm so happy about it, honestly. About the birthday, that's why I thought I didn't want to celebrate it at the beginning, like a few years ago, because I thought it was just about social pressure. But now, since last year, I think I realized that it's not only social pressure, it's something in me that I need to celebrate my birthday somehow. But I do agree with you. A lot of social pressure in these things. Valerie, at what age did you start traveling? At 11, I started traveling with my team for sports competition around Europe. But if you mean alone, like when I was a teenager, I would go to visit my sister. Then I think at 18, because at 18 you are legally not, how do you say, diventi maggiorenne? Italians, help me, I don't know how to say this in English. At 18 you are considered legally an adult. So at 18 I remember after finishing that years of school, in the summer break, I did 2 trips, one with my ex-boyfriend and one with my best friend abroad. One was in Egypt and one in Greece. Sorry guys, there are some weird noises in the house. Yeah, I don't know. It's a very old building. Okay, sorry guys, I'm losing myself in the chat. We need to toast another round. Johnny Crash, I do agree with you. Let's go with another glass of wine. I'm gonna do half because I want to keep some for when my boyfriend comes home, because, you know, he bought the bottle. I would like to drink with him a little bit as well. Cheers, Johnny Crash, to our birthdays, because Johnny Crash is having birthday in 6 days. Auke asks what sports I did when I was young. Well, it's not sports, it's sport. I did one sport and I was pretty good at it. I was doing competitions around Europe and stuff. It was rhythmic gymnastics. But I quit very young. It's a very young sport, but I also quit very young. I was 14. And I'm so grateful that I did, because you have no social life and no life outside the sport if you become a professional. Paramedic Lucy Young, you turned 28 today? Seriously? Is it your birthday today as well? Is it a joke or not? Stephanie Stearns, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for wishing me happy birthday, and thank you for the super chat, Stephanie. Someone guessed that my sport was swimming. I guess I have very broad shoulders, that would make sense. But no, I'm a very bad swimmer, by the way. Salvik, it's your birthday on the 23rd of April? So cheers for your coming birthday, Salvik. Lucy, happy birthday! Guys, let's wish happy birthday to Lucy. It's her birthday too today, 28. You're gonna come to 32. Jorge, will we see you drunk, Mary Jane? I don't know. If I continue, I will be, because I'm not used to drink anymore. That's what happens in your late 20s. You stop drinking. That's a very big thing that I guess 99% of the people can relate to. Like, all my friends are saying the same thing. You know, those friends that you meet 3 times a year. You always talk about the fact that you cannot take alcohol anymore because you're not used to drink. Sauvik, I'm happy about it. Arm from Friuli, he wants to see the label of the bottle. It's from Slovenia. Arm, I don't know what's your name. So it's from our neighbors. I don't have any more bottles, no. No, we have a bottle of red wine at home. Ciao Valerie! Another thing about celebrating your 20s, I would like to ask you, this is gonna be my last question for you guys, and then I'm gonna slowly close this live stream because it's been long enough, I guess. I would like to know, do you get, because I was asking you at the beginning of the live stream how you celebrate your birthday. Nobody mentioned any present. Some of you mentioned surprises like cakes, surprises, cakes, surprise cakes or surprise parties. But I would like to know if you receive presents and how many of you receive presents or don't receive presents. Because I feel like, especially here in the United States, it's such a normal thing to receive presents. And in my country too, in Italy, we do also usually make presents for the birthdays, at least to close friends and family. But in my family, we don't give birthday presents. We don't give presents at all, not even for Christmas, not even for anything. I'm reading it, sorry guys. Carlos, as a person that is still in his 20s, you loved my video from yesterday about my 20s. Very insightful and took notes. I'm very happy to hear, Carlos. Very happy. Also because most of the people who leave comments under my videos are older people. I don't understand this phenomenon of my channel. Most of my audience is in their early 20s up to their mid 30s, so my age basically. And analytics clearly say that, but at the same time, I have most of the people commenting under my videos who tell me that they are retired or they are, you know, in their 60s or 50s or even 70s. So I'm glad that you are in your 20s and you watched the video and you appreciated it. Oh, Armin! Armin, ti chiami Armin, è il tuo nome. Armin is from South Tyrol, guys, living between Verona and Trieste, so he's not from my own region, but he's from the one region like next to mine. So, yes, so I'm reading your comments about the presents, and apparently everyone gets presents. Armin, Trieste is the capital of Friuli Venezia Giulia. I know, but I'm not. I'm from Friuli, not Friuli Venezia Giulia. No, I'm joking. I know, I know. Doreen says before emails, people would send cards as a birthday gift, I guess. That's nice to send cards. I like that. Honestly, I barely remember the times when we used to send letters. It's not that I barely remember. I clearly remember because I was born in the 90s, so the emails came out, at least in my home region where internet came very, very late. They came when I was 20, probably. But, you know, when you are a kid or a teenager, you don't really get so much email, so much mail, you see, so much mail. So that's why I don't remember that much. Emma, another one of my friend in Paris. Ciao Emma, che bello vederti qui. It's nice to see you here. Viva i regali di buon compleanno, brava. So Emma, she's one of my best friends. She knows what I'm talking about. And she just mentioned the present of the non-birthday, which is a quote from the book Alice in Wonderland, that probably many of you know, Alice in Wonderland. In Alice in Wonderland, they are celebrating at a certain point at the party with the tea guy. I don't know what are the names in English. They are celebrating a party and Alice asks, is anyone's birthday? And they say, no, it's nobody's birthday. Then why are you celebrating? And they answer, because it's my non-birthday today. And that's such a cool part of the book. So the moral of the story is that you always have an excuse, or not an excuse, a reason to celebrate. And that is also something very Italian, I think. We celebrate for anything, even if we don't have anything to celebrate, but we just make up a reason because it's such a great thing to celebrate, you know? It's an excuse to meet up with your beloved. Yeah, I don't know. Taxman, no presents anymore. Cairo Rodrigo, he still gives gift cards. Gian Alfredo, Friuli, I have been working in Spilimbergo, very nice town and hospital. Matrix, how many kilometers from Slovenian border you live in Italy? Good question. I would say 50, maybe 50 kilometers, my hometown. Yeah, I would say so. It's less than 1 hour by car. You are in Slovenia. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna switch off the live stream now. Let's see if Nico is around to tell you goodbye. I'm gonna look for Nico 1 second. Nico! Okay, guys, Nico is here. She says you goodbye. And I'm telling you goodbye too. I want to thank all of you for the wishes, for the happy birthdays. Thanks to everyone who did a super chat. I'm now seeing the amount that I collected with this video. It's such a crazy amount. This is going on my savings for new gear for my videos, guys, because I really need some upgrades in my gear. So yeah, thanks to all of you guys. I send you all a big hug. Thank you to my patrons for showing up in this live stream as well. And I'll see you guys with a new video next week. Goodbye.